Hi guys, it's me, the Big B, and welcome back to the last video of 2016. Because as you can see, we've got loads of presents behind us. We're ramping up for the Christmas holiday period, and I just wanted to bang this quick video in. It's not going to be a test of anything. I think it's just going to be a general discussion about the year we've had. It's been both a fantastic year in ITC and the paranormal, and it's been also a bit of a problematic one, which I'll get into. But we'll start off with a positive first, shall we? Seeing as though it's Christmas. It's been a fantastic year. Started the year off, started getting into the writing the apps and things, as you guys know, made some fantastic apps. Then I teamed up with Javier from Spain Paranormal, and things just kind of took off from there. We created the Geminis project. We then made Geminis Box Mark II, which was a complete reimagining of the original Geminis box that I made. And that thing was kind of even blew our minds. We went all out on this thing, as any of you guys who've used the app know. It was kind of insane. But the stuff that you were getting, the evidence you guys were collecting, and even every time we turn it on, even recently, it blows our mind every time. There's some of the stuff that comes out of this thing is crazy. As you know, we use reverse audio and things, and we use multiple banks with this thing, and sets of banks ABC with 5 banks in each, and it's all reverse audio, and we're getting sentences coming out this thing, which we shouldn't be getting anything, because it's all in reverse. But we're getting voices that have got amazing sort of tone, pitch, the dialect they're using and things like that, and it's just absolutely insane. So I've got to thank you guys. All you guys have sort of who got the app and are using it and keep sending us this amazing evidence. Then we went on and we did Parabolus 2, which again was a complete reworking of the original Parabolus that I did, and we made it more like a real Ovilus device. It needs to have an electromagnetic field around it. It has to detect an electromagnetic field just like a real Ovilus, and then a word's pulled out. Unlike other devices that have only got a couple of hundred words, we put a couple of thousand words in there in the database. And again, some of you guys have been getting some nuts and crazy stuff. A couple of examples off the top of my head. Pardon me. One lady was running it, and she had it next to her on the couch, and she was getting nothing. Which again, it won't. If it doesn't detect an electromagnetic field, if a spirit needs to manipulate that field around the device to pull a word out. So it was sitting on the couch, and she was getting nothing. She then decided to pick it up, and she had a table set up with her mum's ashes, and a little bit of a celebration of her mum's life, a few personal items and things. So she put it on there, and as soon as she put it on there, considered being sat on the couch for like half an hour or more, said nothing. As soon as she put it next to her mum's ashes, she got a hit, a spike, and it said one word: mummy. And again, what are the chances out of all the words in this database that it picked that one, and it never said another word afterwards? Just said one word, which again, that was amazing. I did a test the other day, hadn't had it on for a while, walking around the flat, got nothing. Randomly just walked down the passageway, and I got one hit. I got a hit, and it said the word December. And considering we are in December, but that's all it said. And again, the chances of hitting that one word out of a database of all that many words is quite fantastic. And you other guys, if you look on my Facebook wall, you'll see people posting stuff to get names, dates, very, very creepy and accurate stuff coming out of this thing, which totally defies random chance. Totally. It's just absolutely incredible stuff. And the best one, or one of the best ones to date, even though I'm not sort of saying the rest of it wasn't good, as some of it's mind blowing. But a really weird one is the best way to put it. Was a friend of mine messaged me and said that everyone had flu. I've just had flu. You can hear my voice. I'm still coughing a bit. Just getting over a bad flu. Man flu, mine, not normal flu. And they were running it, and they got relevant information before, but then they got the word flu, which they said, well, we all suffering from flu. That's pretty good. But when they went and looked back in the history, all the words before it were there, but the word flu was just blank, where that should have been. It was blank. And then the words carried on after. And they put that on, it's actually on my Facebook wall, the messages, and I said, well, actually, I don't think that word's in there. So I went and checked the database, and it's not. The word flu is not actually in the database. So something manipulated the device, displayed the word flu, Then the app spoke the word flu, which it does, but then it didn't save into the history, because it keeps a history of everything that's spoken, because that word's not actually there, so it just left a blank space. So it actually said and spoke a word that physically is not in the database, which was like mind blown at the time. I mean, I couldn't believe it, and I've never actually seen that happen before. If it has happened to anyone else, then please let me know, because that it can't happen. It's physically not possible. It can only speak the words, technically, supposedly, that's in the database. So that was awesome. So it's been a fantastic year for evidence. It's been a fantastic year for ITC on one side, with the other guys, all you guys, other guys that are developing apps and doing things and pushing this field forward. Well done. It's been a fantastic year for that. But on the flip side, there's been quite a bit of controversy, which I'll get to that in a minute. I don't want to sort of spend too much time on the negative stuff, but it kind of needs mentioning. But we've got loads of exciting stuff coming for 2017. Myself and Javier are looking at some exciting new stuff and possible radio and TV things. Javier's been looking at and being approached for very exciting stuff. That's coming in the year. Personally, we've got some very exciting news ourselves for 2017. I can't say anything at the minute, but if everything goes according to plan, it's going to be very nice. And we're just sort of pushing forward, and it's just some really positive stuff to come. But as for the negative, in the last 6 months, well, over the whole last year, it's been going on for a little while. If you watched any of my previous videos on Huff Paranormal, and that guy taking other people's work, claiming all sorts of stuff that just turned out not to be true, even in the slightest. It all started back, that was a couple of years ago, but in the last 6 months, my God, things have just gone completely insane. There seems to be a new breed of investigator. There's a new breed of investigator, and there's a new breed of vigilante out there. Well, so all I can call them, paranormal vigilantes that are out. Yes, I understand why they do what they do, and they try to weed out the fakers, but they're going about it all wrong. Really, they're going about it all wrong. When you start using intimidation and threats and things towards not only fakers but genuine paranormal investigators and genuine people, and then some of them then use claim to be professionals. We're a group of professionals, we know what we're doing. And again, you know my take on this, guys, about there can be no professionals or experts in this field. There's people who have more experience, they've been doing it longer, but we're just scratching the surface of the paranormal. We are nowhere near. We're like, an analogy I put in one of my other videos, and I'll say it again, we're like children floundering around with building blocks, trying to put the building blocks together to make up a word, to make up what we think the paranormal is. But we're not even to that stage. We haven't even learned how to pick the fucking blocks up to put them together yet. We're just scratching the surface of the paranormal. You can't claim to be an expert in something we actually know nothing about. You can't be an expert at something that we truly don't understand. And it's as simple as that. So these groups that are getting together to police supposedly police the paranormal, they're claiming to be, we know everything, so if it doesn't sort of conform to what we think, you're fake. You can't do it like that. You can't do it like that. You're going after genuine people. And it's been ramping up big style recently. I mean, back in the day, when I started, a lot of my colleagues started, we're talking like 30 years ago plus, when I first started getting into the paranormal, and sort of like led me down to this route, which took a long time. You wanted to make a name for yourself, you had to go out in the field, you had to do things, you had to do stuff, you had to build a portfolio of evidence up and have it there and think like, this is what I've gathered, this is what I've done, this is what I have learned so far. And you put that out there. It takes years, but this new breed of paranormal investigator don't seem to want to go to that length to get the fame and glory that they seem to be chasing. What the new trend is, and again, I've dealt with this personally, as well as like a lot of my friends on Facebook and a lot of people who've been doing this a long time, and again, have got a lot of experience in what they're doing. We'll call no one experts or professionals, but they have a lot of experience. And they all post similar stories. people are coming forward now, so-called investigators, and they don't want to do the work. Like I said, they just want what you have. They want what you've got. So what they do is they pick on a certain investigator for whatever reason. Maybe they, like say, more experienced, they got some good evidence or whatever, and they then claim that evidence as their own. They did this, they've done that, they've got this, they've got that. But then that's not enough. Then they have to try and discredit the person that they took that from, or trying to claim their evidence as their own, discredit them, to say that no, they took my work. They took, so they take all the credit, or try to, and then rubbish and discredit the poor person who's been working for years doing this sort of thing. And it's a growing trend, and it causes a lot of problem. Obviously, someone who's been doing this for a long time, then you get all these people coming in, making all these stories up about them, and trying to rubbish the name, rubbish the evidence they've got, and say that they even, some cases, that they've even stole the evidence off the other one, and you know, they're the original one in the first place. And you think, my God, what's going on? You know, just go out, get the equipment, get the apps, get the whatever you want to use, and go and investigate and just get your own evidence. It's not that difficult to do. It just takes time, and that's the same thing. It's not that it's difficult, but it takes time. As investigators, you know, we can spend 20 hours investigating somewhere, and we'll get one little piece of evidence, and it takes a long time to build up a lot of evidence, as it does. And they don't want to do that. They just want it all now. But just go out, do your own investigations. Don't try and steal other people's thunder. And that works with not only for evidence. I've seen it done with apps. I've had it personally done with apps and things. We work on apps, and people see what you're doing. Because we're very genuine, we're very open. I always put stuff we do, and I did, onto social media. Say, like, this is what we're working on. This is an early sort of beta build, and this is what the graphics are going to look like. What you guys think? And I like a bit of input. And people say, well, that looks cool. That maybe doesn't look cool. Can you change that? Can you put that there and do that? So that's the kind of thing I do. But then individuals kind of see that and they say, oh, I like that, and they just copy it. They just basically blatantly copy it, down to a degree sometimes that it's kind of shocking of how close they'll try and copy it and then claim it as their own. And then even have the audacity at some stages, not naming names or anything, but have the audacity to say, well, we thought of it first, we were working on it like back then, like at this stage, and yeah, but we were working on it 6 months before that. You know what I mean? They still try to claim that it was their idea, and it's like, really? You know, come on, guys. You know, just have a little bit of originality. You know, it's nothing wrong with looking at someone else's work and taking inspiration from that work and thinking, that's fantastic, I would love to do that, and I'm going to start doing that, but I'm going to take it in this direction. I'm going to put my own slant on it. I'm going to take it in that direction. Don't just fucking copy it, you know, bit for bit. Then it's not original. It's not your work. It's someone else's. But by all means, take inspiration. I take inspiration from a lot of guys in the field, but I would never just directly copy and claim someone else's work as my own. You just can't. With a conscience, you couldn't do it. So that's kind of a trend going at the minute, guys. I hope it dies out very soon. There seems to be a lot of infighting in the paranormal at the minute. Again, there's a lot of, like, you know, I'm better than you, this is better than that. And I mean, I myself have made videos, say, about Huff. When I see a fake, I'll point it out. I'll not attack to the degree some of them do. I will point it out. Like my Huff videos, I got very emotional, very animated, but it was because he was making it so obvious of what he was doing, and I wanted people to know, look, but people can make their own mind up. I just basically put, there's the evidence to show that what he's doing is wrong, what he's doing is fake, he's stealing other people's work, he's claiming other people's ideas, he's doing this, that, and that, and he's making the damn thing up as he goes along. There it is. You now do what you want with it. I made a few videos, then it ends. I'm not on a constant thing. There's what I think, there's my opinion, knock yourself out. But a lot of these up and coming things, they literally attack. and it's just relentless. And they going after genuine investigators, genuine people, and they use, like I say, either intimidation tactics or arrogance. We're the experts, we're asking you the questions. Who put you in friggin' charge of asking the questions? Who put you in charge of policing the paranormal? We're quite capable of doing that ourselves. The genuine people within the paranormal field are quite capable of spotting the fakes and the fraudsters and pointing them out. We don't need paranormal vigilantes and the paranormal sort of internal paranormal police to come along and start bashing people over the head. But it's the arrogance that they use as well. You know, we're a group of people who are experts, and like I say, we know what I think about that. And if you don't conform to what we're saying, you are instantly a fake, you're a fraud, and you're gone. No, you've got to have proof. You've got to have evidence. You can't just say, "Give us proof." Now, I've seen a couple where they've asked someone, "Give us proof that what your evidence is real." Well, in one sense, how can you? There's like what I do, and like all my friends do. We do sessions. And we get evidence. We say, "There's the evidence. Listen to it for yourself. Look at it and watch it for yourself. Make your own mind up. You'll either think it's real, you could think it's fake, but there it is. That's what it is." But these people are saying, right, give us evidence that it's real. Well, there's my evidence. Yeah, but that's fake. You could fake thing, and they're not after proving that the person is genuine. They're going after them to prove the fake, and they'll not stop until they think fake. And even I've seen people supposed to say, "Oh, how am I supposed to prove I'm real? There's the evidence I've captured. There's what I've got. This is how I caught it. I used a spirit box. Oh, all spirit boxes are fake. They don't work. So your evidence is fake. Well, I used this digital recorder. You can't capture it." And they just shoot down everything that the poor person's trying to put forward as genuine evidence, because they're not after, I don't believe, catching the frauds and the fakes. They just have to make a name for themselves again. Look, we have come forward, we find all these fakes, we find all these frauds, how fantastic are we? You've got to have evidence before you can call someone a fake. You've got to have the proof, has to be there. It's as simple as that. And I could say that they're fake, they're fake, they're fake, but you're not going to believe it unless there's actual physical proof. And that just seems to be it's a scary old fucking world at the minute in the paranormal, because you've got people that are trying to steal what you're doing, your work, as simple as that, and then you've got other people on the other side who are trying to basically debunk everybody. And again, it's a new trend. They not want to investigate to get evidence. It's a new debunking thing that's going on, and you know, they literally, they don't care what evidence you have or how credible it is. They just debunk it, even if they've got to actually lie to debunk it, if you know what I mean. So, you know, once these people lock onto you, and then it's not good enough if you sort of say, "Well, how am I supposed to prove my stuff's real? Like, the evidence is just there." Then they go on social media and just rubbish the poor person. They couldn't put any evidence forward. They had no argument. Blah 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 blah. So this person is basically discredited and fake. And you're thinking, you didn't even give the poor bugger a chance to think whether they were real or fake or not. Like I say, I do understand, you know, going after them, genuine fraudsters and fakers, but my God, you know, half the time they're going after genuine people, and half the time, you know, you go after someone like that to that degree where there's even threats and intimidation put forward, you ruining someone's career, like someone who's done this for 20 years, you're ruining their reputation. And yet someone who's stealing, the people that are out there stealing other people's work and claiming it as their own, you don't bother with them, because, you know, they're too much like friggin' hard work, and you basically, you're causing more trouble than you're trying to fix, as far as I'm concerned. If shit like that's going to happen, it's got to be done by people that don't have an ego and don't have an agenda. It's got to be done by people who get together, who have the common cause, who basically, you know, they're going to go out and they're going to find that evidence before they even so much as utter a word about any individual. They're not just going to go on a witch hunt. So again, I don't know where that's going to go. It seems to be getting worse rather than better at the minute. I'm hoping in 2017 stuff dies down a little bit. But that's enough about the negative. It's Christmas. I'll see you guys after Christmas holidays, hopefully with some very, very good news on personal level and on the paranormal level. And I hope you guys have a fantastic Christmas. Enjoy yourself, guys. Hope you get all the presents that you were wanting. I'm sure there's going to be some of you paranormal guys who get some fantastic gadgets in your Christmas stockings. And just have fun, guys. And just for a couple of weeks, just put the paranormal to one side and just enjoy Christmas for what it is. Put all the drama to one side. Forget about all the crap and just have fun. And with that, wish you all a happy Christmas and a fantastic new year, guys, and we shall see you in 2017.